Veritas Files here. Apologize for not doing a video in the last several months. Believe me, that is not because I have somehow lost the strength of my convictions. Far from it. Never been more convinced that we are heading for very difficult times than I am right now. I apologize to those of you who have, PM'd me or done videos or tried to get me further involved in the YouTube community or Pal Talk or any of that stuff. For not being able to do that and participate in the way that I would like. I just haven't had time. It's been a lot of extra work, a lot of holiday working, a lot of things going on at the house, replacing the power box in the house, had to buy a new washing machine and dishwasher as luck would have it. Haven't actually done that yet, but I'm preparing to. Just a lot of stuff going on. A water pipe that's broken under the foundation. Just some really fun stuff. But anyway, all stuff that keeps me from being able to do what I would like to do. I'll try to reduce the backlog of, PMs that I have, if and when I get a chance. I tend to be long-winded whether I type or talk, so, sitting down to write 5 lines is for me, can be a lengthy process. That's basically it for an update on me. Still in process of being made a civilian employee, but until then I get to drive the nice police cars and all that kind of good stuff. Anyway, I wanted to say something about what's been happening. There's so many people that keep talking about collapse, and it used to be a little more prevalent than it is now. A lot of the 9/11 truther type talk, and if you know anything about me, that kind of stuff drives me nuts. Not because everything that is said is absolutely false, but because it's grounded in conspiracy, and the problem with conspiracy is not the conspiracy doesn't exist at all. It's just that when the truly important things in life are all reduced to conspiracy, you turn reality into a phantom. It's this thing that you can kind of make up as you go, because virtually anything can be woven into a conspiracy, because you can't verify whether it's truly a part of the conspiracy or not. So you can just kind of weave it in, and it'll fit somewhere. If the conspiracy is large enough, and with regard to, there's these kind of apocalyptic conspiracies involving the Trilateral Commission and the Bilderberger Group and the neocons and all this kind of nonsense. I mean, it's just massive. And then you have certain people that feed that conspiracy. I'm thinking of Alex Jones and others. Just drives me crazy, because our problems are really located in the area of worldview more than they are anything else. I'm not sure, I'm aware, to a certain degree, as a non-expert, as a novice, as someone who tries to read what's going on, who reads a lot of books, tries to stay informed, but, I'm not able to, in a 5-minute, 10-minute video, or even a series of videos, explain the full depth and breadth. What I can tell you is that worldview-wise, a lot of our problem is located in our misunderstanding of human nature, which is, of course, the basis of a lot of the modern political worldviews that have a lot to do with what goes on in our world today. Specifically, I'm thinking of the neo-marxists, the communists, the Fabian communists, and things like that. A lot of these groups are different groups, but they are allied in some way, if only by being like-minded. They work together from a distance, and they can do so because they have particular views that hang together. It's a system. If you go back and you read something like The Naked Communist, for example. I believe the goals of the communists were read into the congressional record back in the 60s. Look those up. Google them. There was like 45 of them. So Google 45 communist goals or something like that. And anyway, it'll be this list taken from Skousen's book on communism. But read through that. Read through what they were trying to accomplish, and look at our society today. And you'll find that by and large they have accomplished a great deal of that. You can look up, I think, what's it called? Communist Manifesto. Communist Manifesto. DOT Communist Manifesto. Google that. Read through that. And read through that after you've read through the other portion. And then, think about that in terms of the net neutrality thing that they're doing with the FCC. The things that we have been experiencing, the loss of rights, which is really not exactly a loss in the sense of something being taken away sort of outright, but it's a depreciation of rights. It's a loss in their value. It's kind of like what they're doing to the dollar. It's a debasement of rights. I mean, we all still have a right to carry firearms. Most of us do, anyway. But that right has been being debased for years. For years. Now, is it feasible for us to own a tank individually? No, of course not. Obviously not. But the right to purchase, and I'm not advocating people need to have a right to purchase a tank. That's beside the point. The point is, the kinds of weapons that militaries have, we cannot have. That's the point. And in principle, we should be able to. The problem with that is, again, this misunderstanding of human nature. Liberty requires that bad things are able to happen. Now, that may sound terrible, it may sound counterintuitive, but it is absolutely true. If you are to have real liberty, then the ability for that liberty to be abused also has to be there. Otherwise, you just can't have liberty. What you will have is what we are increasingly having today, which is the sort of effort to make life idiot-proof. When you make life idiot-proof, you must take decisions out of the hands of the individual person. You must put them into the hands of some kind of collective force. In our case, it's a government. And over time, this government will become really nothing more than a tyranny. And we all see it, we all know it. And because we have experienced not the total debasement of our rights, but a very substantial debasement of our rights, there's nothing we can do about it. I've been very clear that there's no viable military action or offensive action that can or should be taken. Okay, that's just not in the cards, folks. And people that think otherwise, I don't know what to tell them. I mean, I listen to Demcat's program a lot. I like him, but he's a very unrealistic guy. Almost to the point of being comical at some points, because it's just, you got to be kidding me. Some of these things just aren't going to happen. Anyway, I mean, and in that sense, there's not a lot we can do, especially if we don't get to the heart of the problem. And like I've said, the heart of the problem is much more about worldviews than it is about the mechanics of what's going on today. Maybe I'll do a second video, and we'll talk a little more about this, okay?